We are so honored to have all of you here today. Now I want to introduce the most eloquent man in the history of Georgia Calls. I'd like for everybody to welcome Chris Samuels.
Oh, I know the speech I'm supposed to give. 77 years ago. Oh, wait, that's not it. Oh, was I supposed to... Girl, you walking tall now in your fancy clothes. You got your Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to be rapping in my Caprice. Oh, I know what it is. Thank you for calling Philly Cheesesteak and Fine Furniture. Please feel free to shop while you eat. Ma'am, if you're going to go in the white pine section, I will need you to wear a bib. Ma'am, did you say your name is Judy? Can I get you to spell that for me? Is that J-U-D-Y? No, but seriously, guys. What I'm really here to talk about today is my shoes. And I'm very serious about that. If I get through this speech without emotion, then it wasn't real. And when I'm talking about my shoes is very real. Because the shoes that I'm wearing today are the most expensive shoes that a man can own. Because they were bought with a lack of integrity. They were bought with drug addiction. And they were bought with loss of time and time away from my family and all the people that I love. These shoes that I'm wearing, some of the people in the audience will recognize them because some of the people in the audience today have a pair of shoes very much the same as the ones I'm wearing. I wore them for 2 years and they were issued to me by the Georgia Department of Corrections. You would think that the first thing that I would do upon leaving prison would be to discard these shoes and to hate these shoes. But the truth of the matter is, I love them in a way. They sit in a special spot in a room that my mother provides for me. And they sit there as a reminder and as a watermark. A very important watermark. Today will be the last day I'll have to wear them. I wore them on my first day at Georgia Calls. But wherever I go, for the rest of my life, I will keep this pair of shoes as a reminder of where a word called integrity can take you to. From the day I took these shoes off, and where a word lacking and a life lacking integrity can take you to. You know, I always thought that I'd have a case of ramen noodles in my room, and that would be the reminder, but it's these shoes. You don't get to trade out your shoes. You don't get to put on another pair of shoes. You get to wear shower shoes from time to time, but it's these shoes. So they're expensive shoes, guys. I don't like them all that much. So I'm not going to bore you with some long speech, but there is a few things that I did want to say. When I was a little kid, and throughout my life growing up in my mother's house, there's always been a saying on an embroidered picture that's on the wall. And we've lived in many houses. It's been in many different places in the house, but it was always there. It was always on the wall. And it's one of the things I love in my mom's house. You know, for so many years, it was just something that was in the house, but I knew it was there. But I didn't really read what it said. But I've paid attention to what it said in the last year. One of the greatest compliments I've ever been given by my mom was one day I'd come home from work. It had been a long day. It's a long drive here and to for work for me. And I had sat down and I was looking over at my mom and she said to me, she goes, you know, she had been doing something in the house and she said she had stopped at that saying that was on the wall. And I don't remember your exact words, Mom, but I think it was something about how you actually are living up to that now, Chris. that you embody that. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. And I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to read to you what that saying is. And when I read this, I'm going to mention a few people, because there's pieces of this that make me think of you. And there will be some people that I don't mention, but you'll hear the words that I say and know that I'm thinking of you. Okay? It's called On This Day. And Pastor Mark, I think it makes a wonderful mission statement. On this day, mend a quarrel. Search out a forgotten friend. Dismiss suspicion and replace it with trust. Write a love letter. Share some treasure. And I think of you, Pastor Mark. Give a soft answer. And I think of you, Katie. Encourage youth. And I think of Clarissa. Manifest your loyalty in a word or deed. Keep a promise. And I think of my brother John. Find the time. And I think of this entire program for the time that they give us. Forgo a grudge. Forgive an enemy. Listen. Apologize if you were wrong. Try to understand. Flout envy. Examine your demands on others. And I think of Mark Mobley. And again, I think of you. Think first of someone else. Appreciate. Be kind. Be gentle. Laugh a little more. And I think of myself. Deserve confidence. And I think of my family. Take up arms against malice. Decry complacency. Express your gratitude. And I think of Jackie. Worship your God. And I think of all of us, and in particular, Pastor Mark, who has given me so incredibly much, which I will take with me for the rest of my life. He, in fact, has been one of the greatest men I have ever known. Gladden the heart of a child. And I think of you, Travis. Take pleasure in the beauty and wonder of the earth. And although I haven't known her very long, I think of Jade as she talks about Maine and growing up in Maine. And then the most important of all, speak your love. Speak it still again. Speak it still once more. And again and again. And I think of you, Mom. So this program has given me the ability to understand that the word integrity is not just some fancy definition or some dried ink in words on a page, but it is a word of action. It is a word to live by. If you can walk through your life and think about what integrity means as you take actions and you make your best next decision, then the only one that can hold you back is yourself. I am not what they say I am on paper. And if you were to read that paper, I am not what you call me. And what you call me, I decide what I answer to. This program has given me that. It has given me back my family. It has given me back long-lost friendships. It has given me the ability to believe in myself, to laugh, to really laugh, guys. My future is extremely bright. I don't just graduate this program today. I graduate into manhood. For some people, they find it at a young age. Some people find it and they lose it. And some people regain it again. I would like to think that that is me. I will celebrate a milestone with a birthday this year. No one's going to ask me how old I am because I'm going to lie to you. But I celebrate another milestone this year, in that there's going to be a Father's Day this year. And for the first time in many, many years, since my daughter was very small, I will have earned the opportunity to have someone say Happy Father's Day to me and for me to accept that. And that means so much. I will leave you with one thought about on this day. When this day is over, it's in the books. Okay? Live your life on purpose. Enjoy this day, because when it's gone, it's gone. But look at your life and look at the people that you love, whether that's your wife or your husband or your children or your kids or your friends. Look into your life and think about the people that matter and make sure they know. All of you matter to me. My words cannot express how much. I thank you for this day, and I thank you for my future. Thanks, guys.
Chris, I remember that day. Not that you came here first, but the day that I interviewed you in the TC. And you've changed this program because we've never had a man from the TC complete it. Never. There's a lot of challenges coming out, and up until now, everybody has found those challenges insurmountable. But you've proved that it can be done. So I'd like for you to come forward, and I'd like to congratulate Chris Samuels as a graduate of Georgia Calls.
I'll take that.